others have if they serve the renouncers or the great Vaishnavas. In this purport, we see how Prabhupada is explaining how in today's culture there's no appreciation for the system. In fact, Prabhupada says that if a sannyasi went door to door requesting food, it would be considered a criminal. In fact, such a person would be arrested. And Prabhupada's genius is that he adopted a different system. He says instead the brahmacharis and sannyasis, and actually all Vaishnavas, they should go from door to door and try and distribute books. So often when Prabhupada was accused of begging, he would say, no, we're distributing books, we're giving something. We're not just begging, but we're giving something and we're asking for a donation. And so the same principles that are there in Madhukari system are met in book distribution. Because ultimately anyone that comes in touch with a book distributor is benefited. And when a devotee is distributing books, there's a certain interaction that takes place. One is that the receiver of the book, he gives a donation. And by giving Lakshmi to a Vaishnava, one acquires sukriti, or devotional credit. And perhaps considerably more important is that by receiving the book, one is receiving sambandha jnana. Now, unless one doesn't have sambandha jnana, one cannot begin spiritual life. Sambandha jnana means one understands one's relationship with Krishna. And one has knowledge of the process that connects one to Krishna. Once, one devotee, he was with Srila Prabhupada, and they were talking about book distribution. And during the course of the conversation, Srila Prabhupada asked this individual, do you know what book distribution is? Do you know what it means? And this person was a little dumbfounded, he didn't know what to say. So he thought, let me just be honest, and he said, I don't know. And Prabhupada said to him that book distribution means the distribution of knowledge. Book distribution means the distribution of knowledge. It's not that we're just going out there and being, we're not a salesman. I remember when I was in Mayapur, I was asking Bhaktivedanta Swami about varnas, and how is it that you know what your varna is? And at that time, the service that I was doing was book distribution. And so I did book distribution, how am I to know what my nature is, what my varna is? And he said, book distribution can be done in many mentalities, in different kind of mindsets. See, we can go out and do book distribution because we want to give people knowledge. We can go out and do book distribution because we want position or recognition. We can go out and do book distribution because we want to make money. We just like making money. But the real purpose of book distribution is to give knowledge. So in that perspective, we can understand that actually it's a Brahminical activity. And knowledge is important. According to the knowledge we have, we will live a certain way. Right? According to the values that are built up from the knowledge that we have, we live a certain way. We see in today's culture there's a certain type of knowledge that's propagated. Often it's encouraged that we are considered to think that we are the body. We are considered to think that this life is the only life. In one purport, Prabhupada says that the biggest mistake in this world is that people in this world think that they have no next life. We're thrown around ideas that, if we have lots of money, we'll be happy. If we look good, we'll be happy. If we hang around a certain crowd, we'll be happy. So these are the ideas that are pushed out in this world. And we see particularly media, marketing, and advertising agencies, they play a big role in making this idea pervade the society that we live in. It's quite interesting to observe how people act during this particular period of the year. I mean, Christmas, strictly speaking, is supposed to be a religious occasion. It's supposed to be an occasion where we glorify God and those that have dedicated themselves to God. But we see instead corporate organizations, marketing agencies, they've used this religious occasion and completely commercialized it. And we see how, frantically, the build-up to Christmas, people are running around trying to buy gifts, trying to buy shops, to go to shops and buy gifts for others. And it's quite interesting to note how powerful these agencies are, that even after Christmas, they create this whole Boxing Day sales. And so even though people have been shopping for 1 month, even after Christmas, there's a whole impetus to buy goods. As one devotee was telling me how on Boxing Day, Next, which is just down the road, opened at 4:30 in the morning. And there was a huge queue of people massed just to enter Next. It's interesting, someone was equating it to like the queue, if you've been to the manor, there's a queue for Janmashtami. It was a little bit like that. They had fences set up and they had a guard saying only 5 at a time can go in. So because there is no real knowledge, this is how people live. In Chaitanya Charitamrita it's explained, Maya mukta jivara nahi swata Krishna ka jnana, jivara kripaya koila Krishna Veda Puran. That this illusory energy has covered the conditioned soul. See, at some point, we made a bad choice. It's described how the jiva is tatashta. And this word tata means shore. So sometimes if you see the beach or the shore, sometimes you see it's covered by water, and sometimes it's not covered by water. So in the same way, the jiva is marginal energy. He can either be under the internal energy or the external energy. He has that choice. But we can understand, if we're conditioned, that at some point along the line, we made a wrong choice. And we chose to come under the external energy. And hence our lives are clouded with thick ignorance. And so, Jivara Kripaya Koila Veda Puran, Krishna Veda Puran. So Krishna has mercifully given the Vedas and the Puranas to destroy this avidya, or this ignorance. And so when we make an endeavor to dispute this transcendental knowledge, this is what we're trying to do. We're trying to destroy the ignorance that's there in people's lives. And ISKCON is Srila Prabhupada's vehicle to make this happen. It's Srila Prabhupada's means of sharing this compassion. And as followers of Srila Prabhupada, we have a special opportunity to participate in his offering to the parampara. And we should understand from this that we're directly connected to Srila Prabhupada when we perform this service, when we assist him in this. Srila Prabhupada was once with one disciple called Pancha Dravida Prabhu. And he was a little concerned because he saw that ISKCON was expanding. And as it was expanding, he was thinking, how is it that I can have a personal connection, personal relationship with Srila Prabhupada? So he went to Prabhupada and explained his concern. And he said that, I'm one side of the planet, you're on another side of the planet. How is it that I have a personal relationship with you? And Srila Prabhupada agreed with him. He said, yeah, ISKCON is very big. And Srila Prabhupada said, yeah, and I'm very small. And because ISKCON is very big and I'm very small, I need help. Actually he said that to maintain all the temples is my responsibility. But I need you to assist me. And he gave the example just like when we perform arti. So imagine he said, I'm performing arti, and I ask you to pass me the chamara. So you're assisting me in making an offering to their lordships. So in the same way, when we assist Srila Prabhupada in serving in his various temples, we should understand from this point that Srila Prabhupada is making that we're directly assisting Srila Prabhupada.